This week, the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Who made it, who didn't make it, who should have been in it, and who doesn't deserve to be in it. This is Modern Retro. And welcome to Modern Retro. I am Cuba. How you doing? I am joined by the Yeti of the podcast, Aaron.
Yo.
Oh no, hi.
I mixed it up.
You don't even need to answer, and I'll just take that soundbite and just insert it right there.
Yep. Every time you ask me a question, hi.
So we're royalists today, just me and you, but we got shit to talk about. We got things to cover. We got a couple of things here and there. Some things that grind our gears.
Just a little bit.
So, yeah. How you doing?
So
Let's get the small talk out of the way. You're not as interesting as Roy. You don't have as many interesting stories. You just wake up, you go to work, and you don't threaten anybody or look at anybody in a creepy manner, and you don't get in this trouble that Roy seems to get into.
Yeah, I don't threaten youngsters. I just have cube drama and aggravations with that, so that's about it. just angry lunches.
Oh, before we get into anything, let's announce the thing that we've been announcing for like a month now. We are doing our mystery box giveaway. So it's like our version of Loot Crate, I guess. You could call it the bastard unwanted offspring of Loot Crate, Nerd Block, whatever, what have you. So this is your opportunity to win a mystery box from us. This is not a monthly subscription. This costs you nothing. You don't have to pay us any money. We're gonna give you a box of how much stuff did we decide to put in here? Like under a dozen, something like that.
Something like whatever the box fits, I thought.
Yeah. We're gonna cram this box full of our unwanted things from various.
Well, don't say that. That's a horrible pitch.
It's one man's garbage is another man's treasure. I mean, there's gonna be things in there that are unopened. I have a couple of things that are gonna be in the box, still packaged. That I can
give you a sneak peek right now.
A sneak peek. Okay, he's gonna give us a sneak peek. So while he's reaching for his sneak peek, so it's going to be about a dozen, maybe a little less, of various things. Some of the things are still in the packages. Some things aren't in the packages. But it's our gift to you. All right. So what do you got there? Don't show everything. Just like one thing.
I'm just saying what might be in it. Oh, okay. What might be in this thing?
One thing that we know is for sure is going to be in it is Roy's going to write a personalized note to you. And it's going to say send nudes.
We got a Dragon Ball Z keychain right here. It's pretty sweet.
I want
that. You might also get a soap on a rope bag of ears from The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I remember those ones. That was in the October of last year or the year before Loot Crate. Yep. I don't think I ever used those soaps.
Let's see here.
Don't give too much away. Just one more.
One more?
One more.
What is this? I don't even know what this is anymore.
It's a mystery box inside a mystery box.
Ooh, I know what this is. It is a Death Star pencil case.
Ooh. That's just shiny.
For the office people.
Yeah, well, people like you who spend all your days in a cubicle, you gotta spruce it up in lack of a window.
I'm sure you could glue it to your dash or something if you're ever looking for a pen.
Yeah, so when you get into a car accident, the Death Star goes through your forehead.
But man, I got a whole box full of stuff. That's just like 3 things.
Yeah, we all do. If anybody has a subscription box thing, you always end up with stuff that you don't want. Whether it's just an item that you're just like, this is just dumb, or something from a genre you're just not interested to. So we have this collection between the two of us that we're going to put into a mystery box, and one lucky listener is going to win it. Now, how you might ask, am I going to win this? Well, you have to go to our iTunes page. Well, first of all, go to our website, because from our brand new, relaunched, redesigned website, which is now truly the hub of everything modern retro, you will find the link to the iTunes. And on iTunes, you need to leave a star rating. I don't care what you rate us, 1 to 5 or whatever the star rating is. Leave a star rating and leave a comment, a review comment.
Dun dun dun.
Now, it's not going. It doesn't. Now here's the catch. You have to listen carefully. You can't just leave it and expect to win. You have to do a little more legwork because you have to email us at modernretrocast@gmail.com with the username you used to leave the comment, and we will pick a winner out of everybody who emails us the username they left for the comment. So that is how you're going to win this. You benefit by getting a mystery box. We benefit by getting a little boost in the iTunes.
And your chances to win are probably, pretty good since we're still starting out.
We actually have had a great increase over the last 2 weeks in listenership. So I want to thank all the people who have been here from the beginning with us, and I want to thank everybody who is brand new, who has just started listening in the last 2 or 3 weeks. There's been a huge surge in downloads.
I fucked it up then. They're not going to recognize my hi.
Well, no, that's not true because they have gone back. They've gone backwards and they've listened to previous episodes, so they've heard the.
So we got a boost all around.
Absolutely, we've been doing great. We've got a huge boost from people listening to the new episodes, people going back and listening to the back catalog. So we want to welcome you. Thank you for listening. We hope you stay with us and continue enjoying this. Like Aaron said, we are still a relatively new podcast, so things like this mystery box and other little ideas that we have coming up, it's just our way to kind of keep you folks engaged.
I will say that that website's redesigned. Good job, Cuba. Good job.
It's not quite complete yet. There's still a few pages that I wasn't able to get to, but because of all the increased traffic we had, I didn't want anybody missing out on anything. So I wanted to get that thing out there. Let me tell you, I have more respect for web designers than I ever had before because I'm not coding anything. I can't code. Code is like math and Chinese rolled into one terrible language to me. And so I'm using... I don't know if I should say the website because they don't sponsor us and they never got back to me about it. But I'm using one of those build your own website, click and drag things. And
Squarespace. We can say that.
It's a challenge to get things the way you want them and to make it look right. No matter how easy it is so time consuming. I've spent so many nights up till 12, 1 in the morning, just trying to get this thing out there. And I hope you guys like it. If you have any feedback, you can email us, you can leave comments. We have all our social media. With the new updated website, all new episodes going forward. So at this point, the last 4 or 5 episodes have show notes. So you'll be able to go to the website and have a complete rundown of what we talk about. If there's any trailers or anything, YouTube videos I put on there. Last week, Roy and I talked about books. Every single book we spoke about, I listed there, and I listed the link to its Amazon page if you wanted to check it out even more and perhaps buy it. So that is how detailed I'm going with the show notes, just for you guys. All right, so the contest. One more time, you just gotta go to iTunes, leave a rating, leave a comment, and then email us letting us know what username you used to leave the comment. And we will pick one of the usernames out of a random hat, and you will win. You'll win our mystery box.
Oh, yeah.
The enthusiasm.
Well, I will say if those 3 things I just showed you didn't excite you because they were on the stuff, that's the small box, I should say. There is more high quality things in other boxes that I'm not going to use, so you benefit.
Right. So let's get into something that's cool.
YouTube. Oh. I got some unboxings coming up soon, which I was just thinking, Cuba, since we record video now, or you record video, we could do a joint unboxing right now. Well, not right now, but when this episode's done, we re-record. I can put it up with it, and you can comment as well.
Ooh, okay. Sounds good.
That's exclusive. Our YouTube page, which I don't know what it is, but go to the modernretrocast.com and you can link there.
Absolutely. It's the hub. And the full-length videos are now only on our website. They are no longer on YouTube. So if you want to watch the pretty much raw, uncut, video of these podcasts, you have to go to our website and go to the video section, and you can watch all the mistakes that I cut out on the audio to make this a beautiful, well-rounded podcast that Aaron leaves in for the videos.
Yep.
All right, so the 2017 World Video Game Hall of Fame inductees. This year, the ones that won and were put into the World Video Game Hall of Fame are, let's see, I'll do this in order of oldest to newest. We got Donkey Kong, so classic, should be there. Mm-hmm. We got, I'm not sure which one came out. I think this one came out next. Street Fighter 2 was inducted. Then Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green. I guess that's kind of a cheat because it's 2 games, but it's really just kind of 1 game. So I'm pretty sure that came out after Street Fighter. See Street Fighter 2 at least, anyways.
Maybe.
And,
I think so.
And Halo Combat Evolved. So the first Halo. So those are the 4/5 that were inducted this year. Now,
how often is this fucking award ceremony or induction happening? Every 20 years? This is.
I think it's fairly new. It doesn't. I don't think it's got a huge. I don't know when they started doing it. It's not a huge archive.
Like, it's so scarce and unknown.
Let's see, 2015 might be the. Yeah, it looks like 2015 was like the first time because that's the oldest inductee I'm seeing here. So I'll just tell you everybody that's in there. World of Warcraft inducted in 2015. Tetris inducted in 2015. Super Mario's in 2015. Street Fighter 2 this year, Space Invaders 2016, Sonic the Hedgehog in 2016, The Sims 2016. I don't think The Sims belongs there at all. Pong 2015, Pokemon this year, Pac-Man 2015, Oregon Trail 2016, the original Legend of Zelda 2016, Halo this year, Grand Theft Auto 3 in 2016, Doom 2015, and then Donkey Kong this year.
So in 2015, they're like retroactively going back and just putting it into this non-existent Hall of Fame that they invented.
Somebody needs a Hall of Fame. Everything needs a Hall of Fame, so somebody needed to do it.
All right, this kind of calmed my anger down, but made me angry on a whole nother level.
That it's not like going back to the 80s or something?
Exactly. So it's like a little. So my anger started out with me being like, that's what got voted, and you voted over the other thing? Fuck you. But now that I know that this was created in 2015, now I'm like, it's not even legitimate?
It's as legitimate as me and you coming up with the Hall of Fame ourselves. They just beat us to it.
Jesus.
I know. If only we just thought of it first.
Clearly they have backers that got it on the news, so...
Yeah, well, like I said, their website is like a GeoCities fucking... Netscape 1994 website. It's terrible. So, anyways, here are some of my issues with this year's winners, because there are some finalists that I think deserve to be there over some of these winners. Now, let's see here. Let's start with the Pokemon game, because I think this would be like their most direct competition. So, Pokemon went up, I would say, against Final Fantasy VII and Pokemon 1. Now, the original Pokemon games, all for the Game Boy, those were good games. They were great, fun RPGs. But Final Fantasy games, at least like 1 through 11, were epic as fuck. I haven't played any newer ones, but I don't see how Pokemon beat Final Fantasy VII, especially with Final Fantasy VII's following. And it's getting a remake or a remaster or whatever you want to call it. Really? I mean, I feel like Pokemon bought this one off.
I don't know. This one's a tough one for me because I remember that Pokemon game taking over the fucking world, like Pokemon Go did, like just last year. Everyone was playing it, only it was a Game Boy game, so they played it for more than the week that we were playing Pokemon Go. But Final Fantasy VII, like if this was up against any other Final Fantasy, I'd say Pokemon all the way. The fact that you did it against fucking Final Fantasy VII, the best one. That's all you can really say. It's the best one.
I didn't play 7, but it is considered the best. I've played Final Fantasy games. I haven't played all of them. I'm just going off of the ones that I have played, versus Pokemon. Mm-hmm. My favorite one was Final Fantasy 9.
Out of the two games, the only one you played was Pokemon, correct?
Yes, but I'm counting.
So I mean, that just proves
this is why Roy needs to be here for this one. This is Roy just ruined the podcast. He just ruined the podcast by not being here. Because
I know, because
now
that's why
I sound like an asshole.
Like, are we still doing this?
Now I sound like we're still doing it because who the hell knows when Roy's coming.
Well, he can listen to this and fucking rebut on the next one then. But yeah, you just proved my point, Cuba. You played that.
No. Just because I didn't play Final Fantasy VII doesn't mean my argument is invalid. I'm speaking on behalf of all the Final Fantasy VII lovers. I'm speaking on behalf of all the fans of the Final Fantasy series. When I think I played Pokemon, I don't remember if it was Red, Gold, Silver, Blue, or whatever, but they all seemed like the same goddamn game to me. Just like a couple extra Pokemon. You go to Vermilion City, you go to the woods. You go back to the gym, you go to the woods. Hey, that was the fucking Pokemon game. I don't remember a plot besides just walking and throwing Pokeballs.
But you played it.
But it doesn't...
Final Fantasy VII was definitely... It had its own following for sure. It's one of the biggest Final Fantasy games ever. It spawned... It spawned a couple movies actually, and now, like you said, it's getting a remaster. So you don't see that with like Final Fantasy IX happening because it wasn't that fucking crazy. You still see people cosplaying as Final Fantasy VII at conventions. Yes, it's a huge game, but I got to go back to you playing it. Which one did you play, Cuba?
Fuck you. So you're siding with Pokemon. You're siding with Pokemon on this one.
I was 50-50 when we started this video, but you solidified it with you only played one.
How did my lack of playing it solidify you going to the Poke side?
Because, like I said, they both had their followings, but I remember Pokemon being bigger, but I remember Final Fantasy being more influential as like an original idea and property kind of thing. It wasn't just fluff.
The only reason I didn't play Final Fantasy VII was because I didn't have a PlayStation at the time, and everybody that I knew had PlayStations was playing it. But I still had a Sega and a Nintendo 64 at that time. So that's my excuse. And then at Final Fantasy IX had come out by the time I got a PlayStation. So it wasn't like you could go back and like go to a GameStop and pick it up for fucking $10. Back then, when a game came out and you missed it, I mean, it was fucking hard to find the damn thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying it brand new again.
I don't know.
Right,
what's the next one?
Fine, screw you. All right, so the only really other one that I think is a complete crime, more than Pokemon here, is Mortal Kombat was nominated and lost to Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. No, before you say a fucking word, I have played both of those, okay? So, shut your fucking hole.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat was... You want to talk about fucking cultural shock. Just holy hell. I mean, nobody went to federal court over Street Fighter 2. Mortal Kombat's the reason we have, like, the mature rating on fucking games now.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat was the most influential fighting game ever. It's not the first fighting game ever. I mean, I'm pretty sure Street Fighter 1 came out before Mortal Kombat. And maybe then Tekken came out after, I think. But it's like
Virtual Fighter 4.
Everybody, there was fighting games before Mortal Kombat, and then there's fighting games after Mortal Kombat. After Mortal Kombat, every fighting game tried to be like Mortal Kombat, except for Street Fighter. I'll give them cred. They stuck to their kind of crappy format. And I was never a huge fan of Street Fighter. Street Fighter was fun in the arcade. I played Street Fighter in the arcade, and then Mortal Kombat came around. And then Mortal Kombat came to your home console, and you're like, holy shit, that game I waited 40 minutes to play at the arcade, and then that guy who looks like he's 30, but he was really like 16 at the time because it was 1992 and everybody looked older, beat me in 5 seconds and ripped my head out. You can play this at home now. When
they had the retro arcade that was over in Providence over here, I went to that thing and they had Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and all that type of shit. They also had like the original Star Wars virtual reality kind of game, but there was 2 Mortal Kombat games, Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2 next to each other, and there was just one guy. He stayed there
There's
whole
always
night.
Always, no matter what.
Night. And he was just like, killed everyone. I was like,
this is recent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same. I relived a flashback in my adult life. It was my Vietnam. I was ready to punch the dude.
So all younger listeners, there was once upon a time a thing called an arcade that was actually a really cool thing because it was the only place that you could really play video games. Before Nintendo took off and everything, even after Nintendo, for a little while, the best games were still arcade games. They had like the best graphics, and you had to go and pump like $50 worth of fucking coins or tokens into these fucking things. But your parents would drop you off at the arcade on a Saturday in like early afternoon, and they'd pick you up when the mall closed. and you would spend, I would say, half the day waiting in line to beat that guy at Mortal Kombat, and then you spent the other half of the day just playing other crappy games, waiting for the Mortal Kombat line to thin out so you can get back into the Mortal Kombat line.
Yep. And there's always that big overweight dude in a fucking hoodie.
He's always greasy. I mean, there is a stereotype for a reason. The stringy 5 facial hairs and just greasy pimple face, and they're either really big or they're really thin. But man, just
I really wish that retro arcade was like open all the time.
Well, a lot of them are like popping up. A lot of I mean, I guess you could say Dave and Buster's kind of commercialized it, but there's smaller ones that are popping up all over the place. I saw it was like, I think in California or something, it's this Mario themed pop-up bar. Like, it's only there for 2 months or something like that, and the whole bar is like all Mario bricks and everything is Mario themed, and you play games and you fucking like not arcade games, like you sit there on couches and you play the fucking original Nintendo games and stuff like that. And I guess they have special Mario themed drinks and everything. So I'm assuming because it's a pop-up bar, it'll travel. So I mean, that'd be cool if they did one of those in Boston or Providence. I'd be there in a heartbeat. That'd be awesome. But back to Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. I don't see how Street Fighter won this at all. Street Fighter's combat was slow. It was Street Fighter was fun, but then again, Mortal Kombat just fucking changed the way that entire genre was. Street Fighter, you go back and play the original Mortal Kombat now. It's slow. All those games are slow. But at the time, Mortal Kombat was insane. You're like, I can't believe how fast you're moving. I can't believe I just punched that man in the testicles. I can't believe.
Seriously, if you went back and like watched the news reports while this game came out, and like they stuck in friggin' what's his name? The Tom Hanks movie there. Fucking Bubblegum Shrimp guy. What's his name? Forrest Gump. No, they stuck in Forrest Gump in like the backgrounds of these news trailers. It was so influential. I just want to see a movie like that where one guy is just wandering around the news reports of video games. Because this was like some kind of crazy Civil War type.
It really was. There was. I remember there were people that were like, "Oh, fuck Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter all the way," and then all the Mortal Kombat people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Have you played Mortal Kombat?" It's like Street Fighter can't do nothing.
This
and then after, I think it was like Mortal Kombat,
video games destroying children's minds. Like,
yeah. Well, like I said, they went to it was like a whole federal court and like hearing in front of Congress and everything about Mortal Kombat. I don't get it. How did Street Fighter get into this? How did Street Fighter win?
Forrest comes sitting there going, "I gotta pay."
Man, and then like I said, you got Tekken. That just Tekken came out. And you suck.
It's when those other two aren't around. But I bought like a Street Fighter when they remade it for the new consoles. Like, oh, new Street Fighter. Granted, that game was gorgeous, but I started playing with the fighting mechanics, and I was like, this is not Mortal Kombat.
No, it's not. Hey, there's a reason we still go to your house and we'll spend 4 or 5 hours playing Mortal Kombat. And those are just fucking some nights. That is, Mortal Kombat nights.
I'm glad the NetherRealm people who made Mortal Kombat have branched out. Now they're making like DC, so now they have like other licenses to beat the shit out of each other with.
Yeah, I will say I wasn't a huge fan of the first Injustice, but the second one looks really good.
Oh, the first Injustice was great. Like they added a lot of the mechanics that the other Mortal Kombats had, like punching through levels and
we've played that over your place before. Like it was fun. Just we always end up just going back to Mortal Kombat. But like I said, the new one looks cool, and yeah, it is the Mortal Kombat people that are doing it. So I'm just expecting even more awesome craziness in the combat of the new Injustice.
Yeah.
You know, I'll and this isn't in the Hall of Fame or anything at all, but I will say while we're talking about fighting games, an honorable mention is Super Smash Brothers.
Definitely. Nintendo 64 Super Smash Brothers.
I mean, even the GameCube Super Smash Brothers was pretty cool too. But
that was just the N64 version with better graphics. That's all that was.
There's one for the Wii. I don't know if there's a newer one besides the Wii. I don't.
Oh yeah, there's one in every system.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, so that's an honorable mention because it's not gory, but it's just fun, insane, fucking crazy combat. Especially when you like crank the fucking Pokemon thing balls that drop from the sky with weapons.
Pokemon. Another reason why they won.
Shut up. Cloud made it into Super Smash Brothers at one point.
Yeah.
So
they didn't drop from the sky in little fucking cloud balls.
So those are my main beefs with the inductees. I'll read the other finalists that didn't make it. We got Microsoft Windows Solitaire. Okay, I guess. Myst, boring as hell. I don't even think that deserves to be on there. I spent 3 hours playing Myst and I have no idea what I did. I didn't do anything. I wandered around a hilltop and nothing happened. It was like the most boring what the fuck am I doing game I've ever played.
Yep.
Let's see. Portal was nominated but didn't make it. Tomb Raider doesn't say. I'm assuming it's the original one. I mean, I'm sure that'll get in there at one point because that's a pretty influential game. I would say we wouldn't have Uncharted without it. For
females and empowering females to not dress completely like skanks, but still having the giant boobs.
Yeah, she had giant pixel pointed boo. Like if she hugged you, like those things would go through you and you'd die. And like I think they did like Lara Croft had a weird thing going. She got sexed up and up and up and up, and then when they killed her and then rebooted, they downplayed the sexuality and they made her younger too. Like she's not a teenager younger, but she's just not as old. Not that I never got the idea.
Like a college explorer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she used to be 35, now she's 22. It's like okay, great jump there. But I mean, I didn't play the last one, but I watched on YouTube all the different ways you can die in missions and that. There was some fucking gruesome ways that they killed Lara Croft in that fucking game. Holy shit.
I still haven't beaten the game. It's too intense. Like you can only play that game 15 minutes at a time before the drum beat in the background really starts getting you going. You're like, oh Jesus, I gotta stop. This is ridiculous.
It looked cool. Yeah. I definitely wanted to play it. I've heard from people that the last couple of Tomb Raider games had been pretty cool, pretty intense. So
yeah, but after playing Uncharted, like nothing's as good as Uncharted.
Yeah. Well, Laura. Last but not least is Resident Evil. So they were nominated, didn't win, and maybe next year.
What are the categories of this fucking shit? Best RPG, best.
I don't know if it's broken down into categories.
Then what the fuck is this list, Cuba? It's bullshit.
I didn't make it up. So I'll read. The World Video Game Hall of Fame at Strong was established in 2015 to recognize individual electronic games of all types, arcade, console, computer, handheld, and mobile, that have enjoyed popularity over a sustained period and have exerted influence on the video game industry or on popular culture and society in general. Inductees were announced at the Strong Museum in Rochester this May. It doesn't say what they like if there are categories. Final selections are made on the advice of journalists, scholars, and other individuals familiar with the history of video games and their role in society. So it's rigged. That's what I get from that sentence. It's rigged. There's no such thing as a video game scholar. You and I are video game scholars. Yep. What makes you a video game scholar? You just happen to be alive while video games were at in their golden age.
I had a subscription to Game Informer.
Yeah, I had Nintendo Power magazine.
That's basically it. This is some biased bullshit.
It is some bullshit. It's fucking.
This is some MSNBC type shit.
Totally slanted to one side. I don't know, man. Who would be who else should be in there? I mean, this has only been going on since 2015, but I think Resident Evil will get in at some point if they're renominated, because that started the zombie genre essentially.
Yep.
And I can't think of a zombie game before Resident Evil, and that had its own amount of pretty gory shit.
Yeah. Trying to look at my video game shelf over there, see what's going on.
See, so they already got Mario. They already got
Dance
Sonic.
Revolution.
You know what? I can't even argue to that, because you still find Dance Revolution machines in like little arcades here and there. I never played it. Never liked the game. I thought it was dumb. You and Roy would specifically go and like do that thing for fucking hours.
Yep.
You thought it was exercise.
Stop the flavor.
I mean, technically it is exercise, but that was your exercise.
Yeah, I lost like 20 pounds in high school senior year.
Just dance revolution all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else? What are the games we need to get in there? What needs to get in there? What shaped
Double Dragon?
Well, Double Dragon or Contra. I mean, they're both
Contra for sure.
epic side scroll. Contra, yeah, because Contra there would be no Double Dragon without Contra. Sonic's already in.
Okay, good.
Sonic, Mario, Donkey Kong are already in. Tetris. So yeah, those are definitely the. Let's see. Like I said, they got Grand Theft Auto. I agree with that. Doom. I agree with that.
NBA Jam.
I'm gonna. Let's talk about Halo for a second. Does Halo deserve to be in there? Was Halo that revolutionary?
Yes, absolutely. I remember when the Xbox came out, right, and we would like walk by GameStop or whatever in the mall, and they had the little thing that you could play Halo on for Xbox, and we were like, shit, this is like Starship Troopers, man, just running into a field of friggin' aliens going, right? And it like revolutionized first-person shooters for sure. Absolutely.
I'm going to propose. Now think about this. GoldenEye.
Absolutely. That's hands down.
Nah, but would you pick GoldenEye to put in there over Halo?
Yes.
You would pick GoldenEye over Halo?
Absolutely.
Okay, I was ready to argue that point, but all right, I win! Yay!
Good job, Cuba.
Yeah, no, definitely GoldenEye, I think, would deserve to be there, because, and they have Doom in there, rightfully so, because I would say Doom is the granddaddy of the first-person shooter. I think, did Wolfenstein come out before Doom, or did they come out about the same time? Either way, Doom was more popular. Doom really set the trend and the tone of the first-person shooter. And then for a while, it sort of died out. I don't remember many shooters after that. And then GoldenEye came out of nowhere, and like that was it. That was where you had like the 4 players on the 4 split screen, and that was a pain in the ass. But you had all 4 of your friends on there. That was one of my first like LAN parties, and it was before it wasn't even LAN. It was just someone brought their Nintendo 64 over, hooked it up to another TV in another room, and we had like 2 or 3 people playing on one TV, 2 or 3 people playing on another TV, and you had an epic fucking game of fucking GoldenEye going on.
Yeah, you were like up to the screen like this, just trying to see your cube.
Yeah. And you're like, don't look at my screen. Don't look at my screen. So that I think was a booster shot to, no pun intended, to the first person shooter. Because after that we got tons and tons and tons. It revitalized the genre. I think more than Halo did. Halo was cool, but all I remember about Halo is the cool weapons and you jump high. You know, I guess Halo was maybe the first one where you could really jump into vehicles. Or was that Halo 2?
No, it's Halo.
Okay, so maybe that was it? Jumping into vehicles? Because I don't remember being able to control vehicles in a first-person shooter before that.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah, no. Fuck you, Halo. You're out of there. I'm putting GoldenEye in.
But Halo did have a better plot. Had a pretty epic plot.
James Bond, bitch.
That's the thing too. Okay, so now I have to challenge you on this because Halo was its own standalone thing. It was a plot, like it had a plot line, an epic plot line with the first person element, and then the multiplayer came afterwards. GoldenEye is only good because of the multiplayer, but the first person part of it is trying to rip off the movie, and it's awful.
It's not trying to rip off the movie. It's a game of a movie. And then they just kind of added their own shit to pad it in.
I guess. I don't know. This is a tough call.
I think it has to go.
Still, but
yeah, I think it has to go to GoldenEye. It has to. It's gotta. What else they got in there? Oregon Trail definitely deserves to be in there. Zelda definitely deserves to be in there. Pac-Man deserves to be in there. Pong, I guess. I mean, it's like the first video game. Here we go. The Sims. Does that need to be in there? Does that deserve to be in there? I mean,
yeah.
There was a craze, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. This is how old school I am.
Well, don't forget,
I'm like, when The Sims came out, I'm like, I don't make a city anymore. I have to control the individual people.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, like, Sims were huge. Like, you had SimCity, that was the big one. But then, yeah, once the Sims came out and you could drill down to an individual person, I don't know, that's pretty revolutionary.
Yeah,
and then you had stuff that come out that was like Spore.
It didn't spark like a genre. I felt like it was just a silly niche game. People aren't playing games like The Sims anymore.
No, it totally revolutionized the game industry. Even my friggin' Zombie Run game that I play, like I have it in my ear when I'm going running. If you run so many miles or whatever, it gives you pickups for a sim-like town in this little app. So I mean, it's saturated throughout the culture.
I don't know. Nothing. I don't ever come across anything in my daily life where I'm like, hey, that's like The Sims, or anything reminds me of The Sims. The only thing I think of The Sims...
Because I walk into an office all the time, and it's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, walk away.
The only thing I remember about The Sims, because I didn't play the game, was you had the game, and for whatever reason, you made me and you, our Sim characters, roommates, and for some reason, our neighbors were like Captain Picard and Boba Fett. That was just fucking weird. I'm like, why are you making me in a video? Why am I living with you in a video game? And why is this guy using my toilet? Because they would just randomly come into the
house. And I was like, some cool fucking neighbors. Boba Fett and fucking Captain Picard were the best. Plus, they were like the most downloaded skin that you could get for the characters. So it was awesome. Like, you could tweak them.
They would just walk in and sit on the couch and then go in the bathroom and like go in the fridge and then sit back on the couch. And I'm like, don't you have homes to go to?
They kept turning on our TV, and then one burned our house down. But he kept stealing. Like, so I made it well rounded. Like, I made a bunch of people, and like I made girls too. Like, oh, we'll have fake like chicks come over because I've made a hot tub. And then you killed one of them, so, I think, with the fire. But then you stole mine. You stole my chick.
Me, my sim guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yep. I remember because I totally showed you. I was like, your fucking guy keeps stealing my women. So,
way to go.
I'll go with The Sims. The Sims was hilarious, fun. I loved it.
I don't know. I don't feel it was as influential. I really don't.
I don't know. I had to go to like a job and afford a fucking credenza for my goddamn Sim apartment. It was ridiculous.
I mean, is there a new Sims out? Are people still playing Sims?
Oh yeah, they got like Sims 19 or something out, and they actually they look good. There's still like controversies of like, oh, they're naked at some points.
I thought they're pixelated.
They are, but
let's see here. So, Space Invaders, Sonic, those guys belong there. Mario, obviously. Tetris, World of Warcraft. I think that definitely belongs there. I didn't play it, but my wife ended up dating a person and moving in and having a 5-year relationship and moving to Delaware with the person she was playing World of Warcraft with when she was younger. So
I played the 14-hour trial, and it was fun, but it wasn't enough to get me hooked for life. But it destroyed my cousin's life for a little while. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Sorry, dude.
That's one reason Liz doesn't play MMORPGs anymore, because there's just no time. There's no time in life. It's just way too busy. It takes up so much of your life. And that's why I never got into them myself. I wanted to play it. I mean, I was there with Warcraft from the beginning. I played the first 2 Warcrafts, but... And World of Warcraft looked cool. I wanted to play Star Wars Galaxies when that came out. The Knights of the Old Republic MMORPG version, that looks cool. But I'm like, dude, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to just live in a completely separate digital life. I can't do that. But I mean, that definitely deserves to be on there in the way how it's influential like that. Maybe notoriously by ruining lives. But And I would say very few games can definitely say that they truly altered the course of people's lives.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
for sure.
some people, like I said, like Liz, went and was 5 years living in Delaware or whatever with the dude that she was playing this game with. Other people,
which is dangerous because
loves.
World of Warcraft is vastly better than fucking Delaware. So it's like, I'm just gonna stay inside in this imaginary world because outside is just terror and awfulness.
She showed me where she used to live in Delaware, and I'm like, this just looks like everywhere else in Delaware, which is just very, very, vanilla.
Yep.
But there's Wawas everywhere, and that's awesome.
Wawas. Why did you have to bring it up? I miss you, Wawa.
I miss you, Wawa.
Come to New England if you're listening.
I found a Facebook page like "Bring Wawa to Mass."
Really?
Yeah. It's like sign the petition to bring Wawa to Massachusetts. One last thing about the video game here. I'll say that I have not seen on here represented. I don't know what past nominees. It only lists this year's nominees who didn't make it, but I'm not seeing anybody here representing the strategy game genre. So
like Risk and all that type of shit.
No, I'm talking about Command and Conquer, StarCraft, the original World of Warcraft, those type of games. I mean, any one of those three. Well, I'll drop Warcraft. I would say it'd be between Command and Conquer and StarCraft. Deserve to be on there. Command and Conquer came first and kind of set, I would say, like the base tone for that type of game. But then fucking StarCraft just came and fucking owned it. They went balls deep. Did you read that thing I posted about the creative team and everything behind the original StarCraft?
No.
Oh my god! Did you play StarCraft?
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, I'll just sum it up because it was a huge blog. Apparently, I guess they're remastering the first StarCraft game, which is awesome. To this day, it's still one of my favorite games. It's a professional sport in Korea. They have like these gigantic competitions, and people are making thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars being professional StarCraft players. It's huge in Korea. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But the game is fucking nutty. If you really think about it and go back to the original StarCraft game, if you played it, it was like nothing before it. The humans were all rednecks. You have these super powerful ancient aliens with these psychic powers. You have these aliens that are a complete ripoff of aliens. and each of the three were so very distinct from each other, like playable character-wise, technology-wise, perks-wise. The storyline was so awesome, very intertwined. Like when you played Command and Conquer, there was the Nod and the like United Federal Forces or something like that, and they were pretty much indistinguishable. They had like pretty much the same buildings, the same units. They were just color palette swap, and the story was pretty cool. Stop the evil cult from taking over the world thing. But then you have StarCraft, takes place in a whole other part of the galaxy, and the plot was you could play as either of the three characters, and they didn't make you pick an order, but you start with humans, then you go to the Zerg, and then you go to the Protoss to get the full story arc. And it is an epic fucking story arc. It is well written, but the craziness that went on behind the scenes in that, essentially, it was like a bunch of reject dudes at Blizzard that were in the back room, and they're like, we're just gonna develop this game, and Blizzard's like, whatever, we don't fucking care, do whatever you want. And it was just fucking shenanigans. They're like, a quote in the blog from one of the original creators was like, we were just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what would stick. And that's kind of sums up how the game came about. They were just using every sci-fi trope, but just fucking going crazy with it. And it worked. Mm-hmm. It worked. They fucking caught lightning in a barrel. It is a phenomenal game.
Not that long. I only played it for a little bit, so I'm not as enthusiastic about the game mechanics. But a lot of that gameplay mechanic is now in phones and iPads and shit.
Oh yeah, so many. Like the Star Wars Galactic Generals or whatever. I mean, almost every Star Wars app-based game is pretty much StarCraft on Star Wars. So
yep.
So StarCraft, I think, definitely deserves to be there.
Is there like a YouTube video that has like the behind the scenes story with StarCraft?
No, it's on their blog. I posted it on our Facebook page, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a long read, but it's an interesting read. So
I'll check it out.
Do a favor, do that, and go on YouTube and watch some StarCraft, and then it's gonna make you want to go back and play it, because I did it after I watched that, after I read the video, after I read the blog about the creation of the game. I went on YouTube and I was just like looking at all these videos. I'm like, I miss this game. Whenever they finish this remaster, if it's Mac compatible, I might have to get it, because God, I love that game. So fun. I never got a chance to play the second one, because it was like, what was it, 10 years between the StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. And by that point, I'm like, God damn it, I don't play PC games anymore.
That was a bummer.
Yeah. So, that's all I got to say about that.
That's it.
That's it. That's all for the Video Game Hall of Fame. I guess that was the only genre I think is not represented here. It said something about, the mobile. No mobile games are in there yet, but I don't play mobile games, so I can't think of anything that deserves to be in there. I guess you could say Pokemon
Angry
Go
Birds.
Or whatever. Oh, Angry Birds. Angry Birds might get in there. That's probably one. That was like that started the mobile game craze, I guess. So
I'll go with that.
All right, so that's gonna end our Video Game Hall of Fame conversation, critique, complainathon. Throw our own nominees and disqualify theirs conversation, I guess.
We're just as legitimate, so fuck them.
I don't know.
Just put it on the website, make it official.
Yeah. Who put you in charge? We're video game scholars too. God damn it, we weren't notified of this. You gotta run this shit by us if you're gonna.
Where's the petition?
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
get a vote.
I'm gonna email them. I'm gonna email them and be like, I want to be considered in this next year. I want to say. I'm gonna tell you their response right on air. I'm gonna tell you when they tell me to go fuck myself.
So stay tuned for that.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for listening, guys. We hope you enjoyed the show. Again, to all the new people who are new to the podcast, thank you so much. We encourage you to share this with all your friends, everybody you think's going to like it. Remember the mystery box. Leave a rating. Email us your screen name of what you use for the rating at modernretrocast@gmail.com. Check out the new website, modernretrocast@gmail.com. You'll find everything there, show notes, YouTube, links, everything. Check it out. Good night. Peace.
Round 1. Fight!